So I guess I called this title of this video Entrepreneurship Struggles. Sometimes you're high, sometimes you're low. Right now I'm a little bit low. As you can see, I have a 53-foot shipping container with all my stuff in it. I'm trying to organize. And I'm in a storage yard right now. I had a warehouse prior last summer. Excuse me. I was buying and selling these machines. I got one right there. And I got two semi trucks. And I got a tow truck back there, a hook lift truck. That's a hook lift attachment right there. And I have two RV campers, bumper pull RV campers, trailers that I traded for 4 forklifts and a shipping container. It was a good trade. The value is there because honestly, I'd rather in the wintertime not have to deal with 10,000 pound forklifts with small tires and gravel when I have the same value in these camper trailers. And then if I need to move them, I can just hook up my SUV to the ball hitch in the front of each one and move them. So if anyone doesn't know what I do, I buy and sell equipment. So I've been flipping stuff for quite some time. And I was truck driving over the road for 5 years, 7 years, on and off, a total 8 years trucking. Road construction, dump trucks, snow plowing, over the road trucking, shipping containers out of Chicago, everything, flatbed, dry van, reefer, driving through Iowa I-80 going 80 miles an hour down a snow. But got on the road when the market went down because I was on the road, man. It doesn't make sense driving all over the country. You're grossing, I don't know, 10 grand a week out of all expenses, maybe even 8 grand a week. I don't know what it is now, but it was about 8 grand a week, 7 grand a week, 6 grand a week, maybe like 5 grand a week. And after expenses, you'd be bringing home $300 to $500 after expenses. Not good. Fuck that. Excuse my language. Forget about that. And so I parked my trucks, got a local job. I had 3 semis. I got 2 now. I had 3 semi trucks. Freightliner Classic I sold 15 grand. And then I had a forklift that I got 3 years prior that I got for a deal, man. I got that for like 3 grand. People I got it from, they painted it for free. And then around the same time that I sold my Freightliner Classic, I sold that forklift. It was a Yale 6,000 pound forklift, and I sold for 9 grand. So I got just under 30 grand. And thought to myself, shit, if I can make money buying and selling equipment, why don't I just do that? That's what I started to do. I took that money, I got myself an apartment or a house that I rented out prior to getting my warehouse. I still had my job while I got that warehouse and my house. And eventually, during the wintertime, there was someone renting the warehouse. They gave me, I think it was like a month or 2 for free, or that I was able to get in there and start putting stuff in there and storing stuff there while he was moving out. They gave me a time frame to take the money that I had, just under 30 grand, about 30 grand, and my tow truck that I had from previous, and go stock up on machinery. I had to find myself I don't know what I was doing, I just did it. I had to find myself a painter, Had myself a good painter, about 100 miles away, Rockford, Illinois. Good guy, him and his wife. And I was doing mechanic work. It's really hard to be the tow truck driver, the painter, the mechanic, the salesman, the everything, the marketer, all at once. And but I was doing as much as I could, man. Changing oil, changing brakes, hydraulic fluid. But I found myself a good mechanic, bring everything to. But I'll tell you what, things are good. I sold about 30 forklifts, 30 machines, different machinery, whether it's truck, material handling equipment, and my tow truck transmission blew up on me. That set me back about $10,000 that I had, but that was not meant for that. That was meant for more inventory, right? Because every month I would spend about 30 grand, get a return of 30 plus grand, and then spend 30 grand again, minus expenses, minus taxes, and anything left over on the turkey bone was mine. And but I had 2 slow months, no sales. My transmission blew up on me. And what else? And I had some debt. I had some loans, title loans that I had to pay off. And I thought when I sold out the first time, I put in 30 grand, I made back 50,000, right? And I thought that instead of keeping that month's profit, that cycle of inventory, I'd pay off my debts. So I paid off as much debts as I could, and then my truck trans blew on me, right? So I just paid off all my debts, and I didn't have anything. I needed to keep my inventory money, because I can't deplete my inventory money, because once that's depleted, I can't continue on forward and invest more. So I had to take out more loans that I just paid off to pay for the truck. And I said, all right, well, at least the trans is in there. It took them 3.5 months, I think 4 months, to install that transmission, reman transmission. And then they put it in incorrectly, and some of the seals they had to redo, and they got it right now. A few things. They changed the Huey pump on that truck. It's an international T444E 99 pre-emissions. It's a nice truck. You know, it gets the job done. 26,000 pounds, just under CDL. And it's cold. Chilly willy. And I'd use that to haul everything, really. I've hauled shipping containers with it and whatnot. I'm trying to sell everything, get into real estate, honestly. That's what I'm hoping to do. Get out of this gravel lot. But anyway, so ended up paying off all my debts, took out another loan to replace this trans. And then I had to dish out all my money for inventory again, because I was behind now, a little bit behind on rent, and I had to go stock up on inventory. So I did, and I sold out. And then I thought to myself, shit, I can take this money and hold on to it, and then try and sell everything I have, and get into real estate. Because honestly, if you do any kind of like auto repair, machinery repair, it's a good idea to own the shop, the real estate, not rent. Because stuff like what I just explained happens, and you don't want to be there when that happens, especially when you're older, right? Now, I've done a lot of things in my life in my younger years, and I still consider myself to be pretty young compared to others. But I mean, if you were an older dude, much older dude, and something like that happened, ain't nobody there, you're screwed. So save up as much as you can, you know, if you're able to buy real estate, do it. Whether it's a commercial building, a shop, because then once it's paid off, all I gotta do is pay the land taxes, and that's it, man. But quite frankly, I want to sell everything I have, and before winter. If it doesn't sell before winter, I'm getting ready and prepared to store everything right now, before the snow hits. And I'll be okay when the snow hits because I'll be stored. I got everything I own in that 53-foot shipping container, or that 53-foot dry van trailer. But that was everything in my warehouse. And but I think I traded about $10,500 of equipment in forklifts for a $21,000 RV camper. The only thing is, there's so many RV campers out there. The value is there, it's a good unit, but there's more demand for material handling equipment than there is for RV campers. But when you sell an RV camper, you get more money at once. So that's exactly why I chose to take multiple items that I had worth $10,500 of forklifts, give it to him for this one piece of equipment that's worth more than what I gave him. And if I sell it for less, if I sell it for the same amount of what I gave him, then at least I break even. But it's easier to transport, like I said, and in the wintertime you don't want to be driving these forklifts around, man, because unless it's an indoor facility, you don't want to be driving it in gravel because it will not go anywhere, and if you need to move it, you're screwed. And but the struggles of entrepreneurship. So I had to leave my warehouse. I talked to the landlord and I left him. I told him what was going on. Thankfully, he wasn't, trying to take me to court or anything like that. He was understanding of the situation, and I left everything nice and neat and clean. I found a place here to put all my stuff. I had 3 shipping containers that I need to get rid of because they don't have wheels on them. Transporting these things around is a pain in the ass. And I got a large 53-footer in Ohio for $2,500, and that was a good deal. So I got everything stored in there now. But I think the goal for me is to try and sell everything I got. I got 2 semi trucks. I got 2 RV campers, trailers, bumper pull trailers. Sell the rest. I got 3 other forklifts right now, and I'm gonna sell this hook lift truck with that attachment right there. I'm hoping get about 100K, and then for all the equipment on the outside, everything that's on the inside of that 53-foot trailer, I might keep some stuff. That's like everything personal that I own. But I got pressure washers and other things too that I can sell and let go. And shit, someone's shooting a gun. About 2 weeks ago, I had a gun pulled on me in Wisconsin here, south of Milwaukee. But what was I saying? But yeah, selling mostly everything I got, trying to get into real estate, and flipping some houses for cash up front right away. I found quite a few good deals, and if I get like 100 grand by spring, hopefully before spring, I can take that and invest it. And honestly, I'd rather have money invested into a home and a property than equipment that's just sitting here. I'm probably gonna keep one semi truck because if I buy a house to flip, I'm not putting all the stuff that I own in the garage. So I got to keep it somewhere, and I got to keep it in that trailer. So, but things were good when I had that warehouse, man. Surprisingly, I went from 30 grand that I started with. I went from nothing to working at a local trucking company delivering groceries. It was a good gig, some experience there under my belt, my resume. But the people that worked there, man, were some rude ass cheesehead motherfuckers. I mean, I'm from Chicago, but I'm living in Wisconsin right now. I'm right back and forth between Chicago and Wisconsin, but I don't know what it is, man. The owner of the company is like some rich daddy boy, and daddy boy money. He ran it. His daddy owned it, but someone like that has never experienced like a hard day in their life, like never poverty, homelessness. I used to be homeless for like 5 years, sleeping in my car, and someone like that they're straight douchebags, man. I was sleeping in my car when I got off the road. I was sleeping in the parking lot of work, getting up every day to work and starting at like 3 in the fucking morning, 2, 1 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning, and they had been going down to like Chicago, between Milwaukee and Chicago, delivering groceries to like all the different grocery stores, which was great. It was cool, out every day, seeing people getting free food from the deli, stuff like that. But a lot of rude people, man, especially driving through Chicago. You gotta deal with all the traffic and all the crazy shit, crazy backups at tight ass loading docks. But I don't know, this dispatcher was some like fat asshole, fucking cheese curd, sitting in his fucking desk. I mean, this guy had like just one of those grumpy faces, dude, like just straight douchebag. And he started cutting my hours, and I don't know, man. I mean, I've been to jail in the past, and I think the people that I work for, they were all like retired firefighters, cops, ex-military. And here I am, like, was trucking, I was homeless. Like, I've been to jail. I'm not in jail. I was in jail recently. It's like maybe 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And, I'm pretty sure, my hair, they started being a little judgmental. That's probably the case. Back in the day, I was with my brother when he broke into a house over some drug money. Hey, what are you gonna do when you're 17? I was 16. I think it was like $3,000 back then to a 16-year-old. $3 grand is a good chunk of change. To someone that's like 25 to 30, 30 grand's a good chunk of change. But to like a 60-year-old, 30 grand ain't shit. So the older you get, more money is just, it's really not as much. When you're younger, money's more valuable. When you're older, time is more valuable. But let's see who pulled in here. Make sure that people that pulled a gun on me a couple weeks ago aren't here. I had people trying to rob me, man. Met this chick on a dating site. This chick saw all my stuff and some cash money, pictures of cash money on my phone. She called some dude to come by, pulled a gun on me, asking for money, trying to rob me. Man, these chicks be trifling. They'll do anything. Shake a little booty, shake a little ass. Have some dude, some pimp come back with a fucking handgun, some pistol, try and rob you. They broke into my house too after. Got my dog out the house. They broke into my house. Stole my $4,000 gaming computer and a few other things. I can make a police report. What are you gonna do? I got out of there so quick. And then the landlord tried evicting me after I was already out of the house. That I told them that I was out of the house. And they're like, "Oh, you're still legally responsible." I told them, like, I almost died, you know. So they said that there was a option for a lease break payment, $2,600, which I paid. Then they wanted me to pay through some portal, online portal, and I said, "Look, I'll get a cashier's check and I'll give it to you, because I don't want any, like, you guys adding on anything to it after I pay." And that's exactly what they did. They wanted me to pay November's rent plus 2,600. They wanted me to pay like almost $4,000. I was like, no. I left before November, so I had to argue with them about that. And then they went on the online portal and updated it and removed the $1,300 for November's rent. I just paid the lease break agreement payment, $2,600. And then after I paid that, I called them yesterday, to get an email stating that I paid them off. And I went on the portal and it said there was $70 I had to pay. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, you guys just keep tacking on, you know? And I yelled at them. I'm like, yo, send me the email now that I paid you guys that lease break. And they kept on trying to talk. I said, now. They're like, okay. And they sent it, and they also said I owe them $70. I'm like, fuck that $70. You guys got your lease break. I paid it, and the lease has been broken, which means I'm done. We're done. That $70, you can up your booty. You know, I don't think someone's gonna try and take me to court for $70. But you never know in this petty ass world. So I got out of that house. That's done. Told them, like, what are you gonna do? Squeeze water out of a rock? I don't know. When it rains, it pours, man. Up and down, up and down. You know? Started off in a storage yard, sleeping in my car. Had a warehouse, had a house, now back in a storage yard. Staying with family, though. At least I have a travel trailer with a bed in it, if all fails. I'm trying to sell it. Like I said, man, if there's anyone out there that's doing real estate, or someone in my situation that's kind of in a similar situation, reach out, man. Comment, reach out, tell me your story, tell me what's going on in your life, and maybe we can start doing some real estate together, flipping some houses. That's really what I want to do, man. Buy and hold hard assets, valuable assets, the most invested asset in a human's life, which is a home, and invest into them, flip a few of them, get up to about, like, 500,000, $500,000, continue to take 250 grand of that and continue to flip, and then take 250 grand of that and buy, like, 5-6 rental properties and cash flow on that while flipping. That's really what I want to do. And right now I'm on a time crunch to sell everything that I got. But at least I'm paying $300 a month for this yard for 2 spaces. I'm trying to organize everything, and some stuff is outside of my rented space, and the owner of this place, like some crazy old dude, it's like freaking out over it. This place is like brand new though. We got like 20 locations nationwide. He's picking. I'm all the way in the back corner where nobody's at. And he's having a hissy fit at me. I'm not even bothering anymore. Just shit like that, man. That's why it's good to own your own real estate. No one can tell you shit. Real estate is king of the castle, man. King of the castle. So, but yeah, man, flipping houses, it's a good thing. Like I said, I'm paying $300 a month instead of $3,000 a month at a warehouse, and then basically 2,000 plus a month with utilities and rent at a house. And when things are slow, it's not worth it. Now, if I owned a warehouse where I could sit on equipment, sit on inventory, and wait out the slow months, it doesn't matter. You know, because I own the building, I'm not losing any money. Keep all the lights off. Get some solar panels, you know, generators, solar power, and wait it out until things pick up again. But when you're renting, you can't slow down. You got to keep the inventory moving, and paying bills. Never stops. Never get a break. Once you get in that situation where you're liable for all these bills and it never stops, you can't stop. It's like you cannot take a break. Like you're forced to not take a break because you're liable for all that, which sucks. So what I'm doing is I'm reducing all of my liabilities completely as much as I can, and trying to cash in. Either stay in this camper or stay with family. Sell everything, cash in, start again. This time, do it right with real estate, not equipment. Because I didn't own real estate to keep the equipment in. I learned that mistake just now, past year, the hard way. Unless you're a farmer that inherited land from a third generation grandfather, you got to put up a shit ton of money to own land or farm land relatively close to a highly populated area like Chicagoland or Milwaukee or heavily populated city area where it's worth it. You still make money out in the country, but you know, either you're going to be doing the transporting or paying someone else to do it. When you're closer to a population, people can come and just look at what you got. Hell, I even imported equipment from China, man. These mini excavators. I imported one of them. I was planning on getting a whole 53-foot trailer, semi-trailer full of them. But, you know, that's going to cost me about 70, 80 grand. And if I sell everything, I'd rather take 70, 80 grand, put it into a safe investment asset, which is a house, instead of bunch of these gas mini excavators. Because how long is it going to take to sell them, make my money back? Sure, I can sell them cheap, but if you buy a house that you're fixing up, shit, you can live in the house while fixing it up. I mean, I guess I could sleep in a 53-foot trailer, but it wouldn't be nice while I'm selling that stuff. Even though I've been homeless before. But sure, I really got to get organized in all this stuff in this trailer. Let's see, I'm gonna walk towards it. I gotta put up one more pallet racking in here, and then I gotta take everything out of this container and put it in the trailer. And then I got someone buying this. I got Penske buying this shipping container for me on Monday for $1,700. They want 2 of them, so I got to go down to Chicago and get a second one and give me a little over 3 grand for them. Shit, does this thing have a light? Let me see. This is my first time doing Facebook Live here, man. Save highlight. Start a poll. There we go. Commenting. Let's see. Trying to flip the camera. It's not working. Oh, there it is. Guess you can flip the camera. Let me get this flashlight over here. See what we're doing. I don't know. This is my first time kind of doing YouTube Live. I've been uploading some YouTube videos. Spent most of my younger social media days on MySpace and Facebook and some Instagram and Snapchat. But I think YouTube, since YouTube's gonna, I'm gonna try and start making some more YouTube videos, man. So why not? There's my flashlight. So, it's all my stuff I take out of my warehouse. So I gotta take all this stuff. If anyone's interested, I'm selling all this, most of this stuff, man. I got a large propane tank here. I got motorcycle helmets. I got sandblaster. Semi-truck seats. Milwaukee pack out. Battery chargers. I got refrigerators. Ladders. Basically everything, man. All this stuff. I just need one big garage to put all this. Now I move all this stuff. At least 3 pallets here out of the way. And put it all stacked here. Get that pallet racking over here. Put up some shelves. All that down. So, the struggles of entrepreneurship, man. The struggles of entrepreneurship. You know, I made it all the way up. I started with nothing. I made it to. I sold some assets that I had. Made it up to. I got like 30 grand selling those assets, and then I made it up to 80 grand, flipping more. And I was trucking. I spent a good 5, 6, 7 years trucking. You know, getting what I had over time. And if you sell the right thing, get some money, and start something good. That's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to sell what I got. Let's do it again. So till next time, let me turn my camera around. Until next time, man, I'll make another video, update how I'm going, what I got going on. But you guys take care. Leave me some comments, some videos, tell me your thoughts. And if you're in the same situation as me, let me know. Adios.